Oh God, thanks. I'm gonna take you out. Hello, 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 everyone. It's me, Sunny Jordan. All right, I need to first of all say I apologize. I had all kind of technical issues. One being that I am not being able to be seen. I just hate that for you all because I want you to see me first of all, and then secondly, the computer, I'm working from two computers. I just have all kind of things going on. But this is a great example of how you should keep moving even when things don't look right. They're not right. Your circumstances aren't right. Your money's not right. Your everything is just not right. But that doesn't mean you should stop and not do what you need to do. So I do have a couple of people online. I know that many people are probably have planned on being on here at 7 o'clock, and I was on, but being so smart and ready to get started, I accidentally hit stop broadcast. And when you do that, you lose everything. So today I'm going to be talking to you about getting noticed, getting connected, and getting paid right now. And I want to make sure that you are only seeing me. I have some guests online, but I don't think that they need to be seen at this moment. So we will just proceed. If you have any questions or anything, you can definitely chat with me and I can answer any questions as we go forward. Introduce yourself. I know you only see the pulse of every time I talk. You only see me doing that. But I'm coming up. I'm going to try to do my best to get us online with my face in a moment. So introduce yourself momentarily. I will get started. So first of all, I'm going to talk about me and my book that I wrote and my journey of writing this book. And basically, I wrote my first book, Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College. I self-published it in 2011. I think the journey to writing the book started about 2010. I had this opportunity to work with a wonderful and fabulous business coach at that time. And just to give you a little background about who I am. First of all, I'm Shantae Sunny Jordan. Sunny is my new name. I didn't always call myself Sunny. Sunny simply is when you're going through your darkness or your storms. I could have easily called myself Stormy, but I decided with the help of some loved ones, I came up with this great thing called Sunny. Well, me and some other people. So Sunny is all about being light and being joyful. And so what I do is I've been speaking and doing my own business probably since I was about 15, but officially not working for anyone in a corporate environment for about the past 5 years. And I'm grateful for that opportunity because in that opportunity, I've learned so much more about myself. I've discovered so much more about life and my spirituality and walking by faith and what it means to be a business owner does not mean that you will be paid and be rich immediately. I have learned so many different things about overcoming fears, the mindset. I mean, so many principles that I never could have gotten if I had just continued and got a PhD. I don't think I would have received all those blessings that I've received as being a motivational speaker and a strategist and coach and all those other things that I've gotten to do. And most of all, being a mommy or being at home with my son. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to try to get this video on one more time before we get started. Let me know in the chat room if you can hear me. See. Okay, let me see. I had so many people gonna watch this and then I messed up. But you can't beat yourself up about it. Let me see, can I get this thing going? I think I'm on now. I'm going to. Do you hear me say, am I double now? Can you hear me? Am I double? Say yes or no. I'm going to mute this one. Oh, I'm double roast. All right. Ugh. I'm back. All right. I am so excited about this. I cannot believe. Well, anyway, let's see. All right. So here's the book that I wrote, Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College. This book is about 109 pages, and it took me about 6 months to write it. Can you hear me? Shake your head yes, I can see your face. Okay, so it took me about 6 months to write this book, and believe me, it was not always easy. And I know many of you are like, am I really going to do this? I want to write a book, but I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to start. I have a story, but I just simply don't know where to go and get started. So with that being said, today I just want to help you get unstuck. And I had a little presentation. So once again, here's another technical issue. I had a presentation for you all, but that presentation is not available for you all to see. But we're going to go through some things that I believe are very important in getting unstuck and making sure that you get noticed and get paid and get to the next level. The majority of the reasons why we don't do anything is not because people don't believe in us, or not because we don't have the intellect or anything like that, and mostly not because we don't have the time. It's really because of ourselves. We either don't believe in ourselves, we don't believe that we can do it, we think that we don't have enough time, or it's just not the right time, or we don't have enough experience. Forget that. However old you are right now, whatever your age is, you have a story. There's something inside of you that is really deep, right there at the core. It's some mess you've been in. It's some successes you've experienced. There's some failure that you've experienced. There's something that you've learned along the way in your workforce or in your place of work. There may be an experience as an entrepreneur. There may be something. Everyone has it. You were born for a purpose and a reason. And I can't say everybody was born to be an author, but I definitely can tell you from my experience that writing this book has allowed me to get into doors, into places that I would have not gotten into had I not wrote the book. So what was the first thing that I had to do to really decide that I was going to do it? First of all, I had to believe that I had a story. I will go back and just let you know that when I first decided to write my first book, I was told or taught, or I guess coached by Andrew Morrison. He's the Small Business Boot Camp business coach. Hey, I think we got somebody on here. I'm going to try to mute you, though. I'm happy you got on. Were you trying to get on the other line?
No, actually, I was at the gym working out, and then God told me to leave, so...
Oh, goodness. All right. I'm going to hide you from my broadcast because I'm in the middle, and I'm going to hide you, and I'll bring you on in a minute. We just got started a little bit. Okay? All right. So let me see. Can I get you hidden from my broadcast? I don't want to show you in my broadcast. Hold on one second. No, you don't want... Bev, she just got from the gym. Let's see. Maybe you don't want to be on this broadcast like that. I'm trying to get you muted. Mute yourself, please. Can you mute yourself? All right.
I'm muted.
No, I can hear you. Oh, she's shaded over there. Okay, but I can hear her. I don't want to. Can you say it again? Beverly. Okay, you're muted. All right. Woo! I'm so excited that I am sharing this experience with some great people on this call because first of all, Google Hangout, I totally need a tutorial. But anyway, Bev and our other guest, which is Carol, he's on the phone, on his Google Hangout, and then hopefully other people will join us. I had it all played out, and I just knew that I was going to get it all together, and then I hit the wrong button, and so I probably crashed everybody out, and they don't know. So it's all a learning experience, right? You don't know if you don't do. So anyway, I'm talking about my book, Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College. And we'll go into detail about that, what the book is about. But I'm just basically talking about how important it is for you to go ahead and get started. And the majority of the times, the reason why we don't start anything is because of us. We are the people that stop. We have so many things that we don't believe in. But anyway, I was saying that I got the pleasure of writing my first book in 2009. 2010, I met Andrew Morrison, who's the Small Business Bootcamp coach out of New York, but he actually was hosting a Small Business Bootcamp in Florida. And I had just had my son, who is 5 years old, so really I need to be joining you all in this challenge of writing your next book, because it's time for another book. But anyway, I prayed to God, okay, God, I need to actually have my own business. And I want to birth my business as soon as I have my baby. And I was blessed to do that. So after I had Harrison, I raised him at home for about a year. I ended up going to the Small Business Bootcamp and meeting Andrew Morrison, which totally changed the direction of where I was going in my life. I wasn't working anymore. I had been working in Bank of America and banking and had been doing some things. But by going to this boot camp, it actually allowed me to get the opportunity to meet other entrepreneurs, first of all, and then really start to dig deep into who I was and what it was that I wanted to do. I always liked talking to people and connecting with people and inspiring people, but he always also told me that you cannot have a motivational speaking business or any type of business without a product. You need something to sell. You can't just sell Sunny, which is great. I probably could fit in a box and sell myself for millions of dollars, I'm certain. But you really need more than just your big mouth. You need a product, because when you're talking, you may have to do some free talks. You may have to do free workshops at the beginning. But people can normally pull out 10 or 15 bucks for a book. It's just a way of getting the quick $100 after you leave a speaking engagement, or an additional $500, depending on the price of your book. So I was thinking about, what would I write about? What book would I write? What do I have to tell people? And like I said, each one of us has a story. And we don't need to put all of our story in one big book, because all of our experiences didn't happen at one big time. So with that being said, I want to encourage you to start thinking about your story, your audience. Who is it that you want to speak to? What do you want them to hear? You say, what problem are you going to solve? And for me, people are going to college. And so when I wrote my book, I knew that people were going to college. Students wanted to know how to get paid and make money. And they wanted to make sure, and parents wanted to make sure they didn't have to spend all their money. So I came up with the concept, Learn How I Made a Fortune While in College. And it was about $60,000 in scholarships and grants that I gained while I was in college. And I'm grateful that I had that experience of writing this book, because it was my ticket to pretty much anywhere that I wanted to go. Once I decided to write the book, I simply could go to a meeting and say, hey, I'm an author of a book. And the next thing I know, after a couple of conversations, I was talking to students. I was talking to teachers and going to different colleges and doing all those types of things. And I was starting to get paid. But the first way that if you want to make $1,000 in the next 30 days, the first thing you have to do is decide that you're going to do it. Now, you're not going to make $1,000 this particular 30 days. You have to actually decide first what you're going to write about. Then after you decide what you're going to write about, you will go through the process of actually breaking everything down and breaking your topics down, your chapters down, and those types of things that we'll talk about in the future as we coach, as I coach you. But I wanted to tell you that if you're writing your book, in your first book, why are you laughing? I see you out there in the world laughing. But if you want to write your book, you first have to know what you're going to be talking about. You got to know your audience. So that's the first thing I ask that you write down. Know your audience, who you're going to be talking to. Then once you you decide what your audience is going to be, you're going to need to know what problem or solution are you going to give them. So say, for instance, you're doing a self-help book. Well, first of all, most people want to know how to get um, past their problems, or they want a solution for how to be better time managers. They want to be better people in this world, whatever it may be. So you have a book that you're going to write, and you simply would decide what that topic looks like and then start mind mapping those. There are tons of tools that you can use on Mind Map, but there's nothing like going to the dollar store and picking up some of these. A journal. You have to make sure you're writing every day something in your journal, and making sure that you keep up with if there's a life experience, if you had a good day or a bad day, you're writing it down. Everything that you go through. Because if you're not writing it down and you're not actually putting it out there, then I can guarantee you that you're not going to remember everything. So remember to write stuff down, even if it's something like, today I forgot to take out the trash because I didn't manage my time effectively. That's a consequence of not managing your time. Now you have funky trash in your house. Not seriously, but you have to make sure you're writing this stuff down. Now, the second thing is, when you're deciding on your book that you're going to write, you also have to know how many pages you want to write per day. I always suggest that you write at least 5 to 10 pages, or at least 500 to 1,500 words a day. That will get you a book in the next 30 days, because your goal is to make $1,000 in the next 30 days. And you can actually make $1,000 in the next 30 days by pre-selling your books. And the way that you pre-sell is you would start advertising right now. You'll get the book cover done, and you can go to Fiverr.com, 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 and actually have someone to go ahead and create you a book cover, and you can go ahead and get a website started up and start promoting your book and say that it will be released in the next 30 days. Give them little teasers about what your book is going to be about. Engage them in a community on Facebook, and constantly share with them. And you can actually also have a PDF available once you finish that can go on Kindle, that you can sell for like $1 to get more people, to get more reviews. But anyway, so you want to get people to go ahead and start buying your book. So you must start connecting with them every day and letting them know, hey, I got a new book coming out. We're going to actually be selling these books pre-order. Get your book now, and just really promote your book really heavy. Now, the thing is, if you're letting someone know that in the next 30 days they're going to get your copy of your book, you better be ready with a book to send out within the next 30 to 60 days of you actually putting it out there like that. I actually did create a space for my self-publishing. There's other tools that you would need, which is an ISBN number. You'll also need to have, which your ISBN number is on the back of your book here. You'll need to get that information too. You'll also, if you want to do self-publishing, set up your own LLC for your self-publishing. And then you would make sure that you get an editor and someone who can actually lay out your book. Now, those types of things can be contracted out, and you can actually have a book done in 30 days, I guarantee you, if you're writing at least 5 to 10 pages a day. All right, do you have any questions? I'm going to take a moment to answer any questions. Type it in if you can. Are you driving, Bev? I don't want nobody having accidents out here. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So obviously, I don't know how to work this thing either, and no, I'm not driving. I'm actually in the parking lot of the gym. I thought it wouldn't be a good idea if I was driving, but I wrote down the Fiverr.com. Is it Fiber.com?
FIV is in Victory, ERR.com. I love Fiverr.com. I tell you, when one of my friends put me onto Fiverr, you can get so much work done, and it won't cost you that much. probably can get somebody to lay out your book on Fiverr.com, but it starts off, everything on there is like $5. So it's 5, like the number 5. It's
Oh,
Fiverr.com, and it's $5 for like graphic design, logos, all that kind of stuff. I'll get your
okay.
question one moment, but yes,
For each of those.
I'm sorry.
No, I was asking if it was like $5 for each of those things. Like if you want somebody to design your book cover, or if you want them to. Okay. Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, but see, the way that they really make their money is if you want it quicker, if you want it in less than 10 days, if you want it in less than 5 days, if you want it a 24-hour turnaround, they'll increase. You pay extra $5 for that. Also, if you, let's say for instance, also you wanted to have them edit your book, you can get them to edit, but they may only edit it one time for 5 pages. So you have to pay for whatever their arrangement is. So that's why you would find that contractor or that person on there who would actually give you that information. And
Okay. And then
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was just gonna ask, like, cause you said that you can like self-publish and stuff. Like, can you? I know I'm a beginner at this, so I don't really know everything about it. But can you tell me, like, when you are self-publishing, like, what is the difference between them editing it, or it was something else that you said where, like, I think they publish it for you, like you can get
Okay.
a publisher to publish the book for you, like.
Yes. Now, this is something I felt, and I'm glad that we're going through this, because what I will do is I'll do another video online, YouTube video, so that I can answer these questions also. But as far as okay, let's say for instance, I should have said this first. You first need to determine why you want to write a book. Are you want to write a book because you want to have a platform for a particular audience? Are you writing a book because that's just something you've always said you wanted to do? You don't care if you make 1,000 or 10,000. You don't care if you make money at all. You just want to write a book for just to do it. Or you need to, and you just need to decide what it is that you want. Why are you doing the book? Then for me, my why was because I knew that I wanted to go on a big platform and speak to an audience of people, and I wanted to give them a resource that they could use even when I was not in their presence. So once you decide those things, then you would decide, okay, the next thing I need to know is if I want to take full responsibility of the whole publishing a book. That's what the self-publishing is. If you want to do it yourself. I, for instance, wanted to self-publish myself because I wanted to make sure that I was in control of how my book was written, in the format that I wanted written, and I had a certain time frame that I wanted it to be delivered. When you have a publishing house company or publishing company that you would like to have publish your book, first of all, it's very costly, and you have to know what your budget is, and you also have to know what your time frame is, and you also have to realize that they're editing it based on a voice from what other people may be looking for in that genre, or from what their other authors that they published before have produced. So sometimes you lose your voice, meaning you lose who you are when you allow someone else to publish it. It takes a longer amount of time, and for what I know you want to do, self-publishing is just easier, quicker, and you can do as many books as you want to. Now, you may eventually want to branch out, but majority of publishing companies want to see your hustle. They want to know that you already have an audience of people following you on Facebook. They want to know that you've sold already so many units of your own type of material, because they're investing in it. Well, you're investing in the company, but they're investing their time in you. And if you're not making that big money, then you're not going to be on that bestsellers list. So it's kind of, to me, this is my personal opinion, it's just not advantageous enough for me to take the time to go into the publishing part myself. I mean, excuse me, for for hiring a publisher. So for me, self-publishing was what I wanted to do for what I needed. And so therefore, I wasn't seeking to be on the bestsellers list. There are ways that as a self-published author, you can get on Amazon and be the top seller by getting so many reviews. But I just encourage you to kind of know up front, and that's when you can talk with your coach and your mentor and whoever's going to be coaching you through the process about how to get started. Because what you don't want to do is not have a vision for where your book is going to take you, because you'll just have a book that's sitting on in your house and not getting moved. And so therefore you have to know exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish in writing your book. Does that help you, Sunbelle? Yes? Okay, I think that's a yes. All right, so I answered the question. Now, she's muted. Yes, she'll come back on in a minute. She's trying to figure it all out. I'm messing with my hair. Got it done today. I'm sorry. All right, so, all right, now the next thing that I want to, I was going to talk to you about is the cost. I don't know if you're talking about the Fiverr cost, but the cost for my book to actually get it from start to finish. So, of course, the dollar store was $1 and a pen. So you spent $2 in your time, right, starting your book for $2. You're starting your book. Then now this process of making your words from this book turn into this. So what did that cost me? First of all, like I said, it took about 3 to 6 months to get it all done. That's because I wasn't writing 5 to 10 pages a day. I was basically taking care of my son, and I really didn't have the plans of getting it done in that 30-day period. But I know it can be done, so I'm just encouraging you, don't get scared about the 6 months. All right, so I hired an editor. I think she charged me, and she was a friend, so she may have charged me like $100, $150. Most editors don't charge that. They charge about $5 to $7 a page. So it just depends. You could be spending between $200 to $500 for an editor if you don't have a friend or someone that you could ask to do this for you. My opinion, find someone who is looking to grow in editing and wants to be a writer themselves to go ahead and help you out. It's a win-win situation. I think I put her name in the book also, and she got a couple of gigs off of my book also. Then after that, I also had to get it formatted so that it can be in the size that I wanted. And you can go into several different self-publishing platforms, and they can give you the template to what the size is supposed to be. But I hired somebody, and I think it was a guy from India. He was a contract person. I think I spent maybe $100, $150 on that. To actually get this, it's probably I sell my book for about $15, but I think it costs about $2 and some change to actually make the book. So I get a pretty good profit from that. So I bought about 150 books, or maybe 300 books up front, and spent about $2,500. Fortunately for me, I had an investor. You should ask family and friends, and also make sure that you are constantly promoting yourself online. That's why I said you need to do pre-sales. I didn't do that at the beginning when I first started my book. I just wanted to write a book. But I'm encouraging each one of you all to go ahead and start pre-selling. Start talking about your book. Start talking about doing quotes, and start sharing your knowledge and sharing all that, and get people really anticipated in wanting to see what you've written. So really be engaged with the community online. That will go ahead and get you pre-sales. That will cover the cost of your books, and therefore you'll still make a profit, but it will not come out of your paycheck every month. So you want to make sure that you are going ahead and pre-selling your books to your audience. The next thing you want to do, now that you've taken the time to write your book, it's been 30 days, you doing that to 30 days, you're sharing your journey with other people, which I'm glad that we're going to actually be all working together doing this 30-day challenge that I'm going to be putting out after the call, so that we all can hold each other accountable with that. But I want to let you know, after you finish pricing everything, getting your budget together, and you've been promoting, you need to actually do a PR, a press release. You need to make sure that you are connecting with other people online and having them to promote you. And then also start doing some free talks so that you can get out there and start promoting your book. And once again, this is all dependent upon what you need your product or your book for. Now, how I see you making $1,000 in the next 30 days, like I said, you can pre-sale your book. So if you sold 100 books pre-sale at $10, then that's $1,000. The next thing you want to do is possibly go to different organizations and do that as well. And go ahead and do that as well. It's like when you see chats, you like pause, like what are you saying out there? So you want to do that. And then the next thing I would encourage you to do is to get a coach or a mentor. It's very important because, first of all, I can't give you all of my knowledge over this internet, Google Plus Hangout right now. And you're going to have questions that are going to be really involve you and you alone. And so therefore it's very important that you have someone who is going to hold you accountable, ask you questions about your book, who's going to actually push you to the next level, and also share with you their insight as to where the topic is and how it will help your audience. And so with that being said, I have a couple more moments to see if you have any other questions, and then we will go into one last part of this particular Google Hangout. Have any questions, Bev?
So,
okay.
sorry.
Go
Well, it's all kind of like new to me, so it's just kind of like overwhelming. Can you see me? Oh boy.
No, Chad, you went dark.
I know it is kind of dark. Made me look really dark, but whatever. Anyway, it's all kind of like overwhelming a little bit. But I think over time, I'll get it or whatever. Cause
So
I
what's the
really want to
overwhelming
write.
part? What's the one thing?
I think that's because I don't know where to start. I don't know exactly what topic I want to focus on because I've been through so much. I just don't know like which one should I just choose and then pinpoint at that time. I don't know if I should like talk about it and then say that God got me through it, or like where should I start and then where should I end? And because then that's what I was writing about.
All right. So you basically need book 101. How to select a topic, how to select your audience, and how to solve a problem.
Honestly,
Correct?
I really do. It kind of sounds, yeah, I need that.
Okay, well, if you need it, I'm pretty certain that other people need it. So one of the good things I want to do, this is a very informal Google Hangout. First of all, I wanted to practice this Google Hangout, and I'm glad that I got a couple people watch because, like I said, if you don't start, you won't get anywhere. So that's the first thing. But I'm glad because sometimes you're right, it can be overwhelming. I've already have a finished product and I may be way up here when I need to be right here, right where you are. And so I thank you for that insight and sharing with me exactly what it is that you're needing. And with that, I will basically go back and do a YouTube video. It may not be a Google Hangout, but a YouTube video answering questions. So whatever questions that you may have, I suggest that you shoot me a Facebook post or something and let me know so that I can start creating a syllabus or whatever so that you all can kind of have mini sessions. So that means videos that's 5 to 7 minutes, but give you a brief overview so that you can do at least one thing. And that's called like the compound effect, where you do small things one at a time, and eventually it'll all come together. Now, I said 30 days, Bev, but 30 days is if you want to take massive action right now. It's not, you don't have to do anything in 30 days, but you have to do something today. So if today you just decide, hey, I want to really write down everything that I could possibly think of to teach someone or to share with someone, do that. Then the next thing I would tell you to do is just start compiling. If you already have things written up, go ahead and start compiling all of your journals together and start looking at that. And then the next thing that I would say is to really decide who you're talking to, who your audience is, and what it is that you want to teach them and for them to learn and to take action on. And then from there, you can move into, okay, what's my budget and all the other stuff. So basically for you, what you need to do in the next day or so is go ahead and start writing those things out. Okay? You got it?
Kind of.
We'll get you there. We got a work in progress. So with that being said, if you are looking to just chat with someone and have an opportunity to do a 15-minute free consult with me, just to kind of get where it is that you want to go, you have some dying questions that you didn't get to ask today, I am extending a link that I will post to this video in about 15 to 20 minutes that will allow you to go ahead and sign up for a 15-minute free consult and coaching session with me, Sunny Jordan, just to really get down to where are you, what do you want to get, what's holding you back from writing your story and taking your dreams and your business to the next level. And you can always follow me on Twitter at @TheSunnyJordan. You can Facebook me like The Sunny Jordan or Shantae Jordan, as well as you can visit my website, sunnyjordan.com, and I'll put all those things in there. But other than that, any other questions? I know it's one other person on the phone. No questions? Let's see. No, Moss. Well, was this a little bit informative? Yes or no? I won't do it again if you say no. No, I didn't get a response.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to work these things, but it was very informative. But he's not saying anything.
Exactly. He's not saying anything.
Is he like observing or something? I'm like, why he's not asking that question?
Unmute yourself. Geraldo, unmute yourself, please. Can we hear you?
Hi. I enjoyed it. It stimulated some thoughts.
Stimulated some thoughts? Okay, okay.
It got me thinking about maybe writing a screenplay for something I've been thinking about.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Mm-hmm. So, Bibbs, he said something. He talked.
Yeah,
I felt like I was taking all the questions and stuff.
I was using the chat mostly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was talking on chat. Well, I am so excited. I'm happy that you all were on here. First of all, if you don't take anything from this call but this, overcome your fears, take massive action, and don't wait anymore on your dreams and your stories. People will need these things. You actually have gone through whatever you've gone through for a purpose, for a reason. Someone out there is waiting to hear and read your story, listen to your script, and watch your screenplay. Someone out there is praying for you to solve their problem. And I would hate for that person's prayers not to be answered. I actually would hate for your prayers not to be answered, because I'm certain that someone's out there praying that God gives them the next opportunity and praying that they get to the next level, but you're not getting to your maximum level because you're not taking massive action. And I encourage you to join me in this next 30 days to write your book. I mean, it may not be complete, but if you go ahead and write your book in the next 30 days, I guarantee you that you're going to make $1,000 because, first of all, you've taken action. All you need to do is take action, plant seeds, and you will definitely reach your maximum potential. So once again, I value your time and thank you for being online with me today and at Google Plus. And hopefully I'll do this again and I'll know how to use this thing so that you can see what I really wanted you to see, which was a presentation, so that you can kind of have some notes. But I will definitely do this again, and this will be on a record, so this is live. People all over the world can actually see this. And it's a great tool to use when you're writing your book also to engage with people to find out what it is that they want. Also, that you can add in your book. So until next time, I always tell everybody, let me put my little thing on before we leave. We are all royal people. And we have to make sure that you know that you are the head and not the tail, and that with God all things are possible. And so until next time, you all be wonderful, be blessed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next coaching call. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later.